Hi, Peach. Sorry, but do I know you?
Not yet, but you're about to.
Okay, well, what can I do for you?
Nothing really. I just wanted to see what made Dave fall for you in the first place.
Excuse me?
Dave, as in your husband, you old fool.
I don't know who you are, but I know for a fact that you just can't insult me and talk to me like that.
LOL, I can say whatever I want. And I'm certain my Dave would agree with me, since we're lovers and all.
What are you talking about?
I guess old age does mess with the brain, because how else do you want me to say this? Your husband and I are in love.
In love? What kind of joke is this?
Come on, a joke? Please. I understand that this comes as a shock to you, I know, but we really love each other. Your time with him is just over.
This is a prank, right? It's not funny anymore. You need to stop this.
This is not a prank, silly. Don't try to stand in the way of our beautiful love story. You'll fail miserably. Your husband and I are meant to be. The only thing keeping him connected to you is the fact that you are still legally married. I need you to leave him so we can finally be happy.
I don't know what is going on here, but I'm not going to put up with being spoken to like this. Whatever you were hoping to accomplish with this conversation, I'm sorry to say, but you failed.
You don't get it, do you? Your husband has been playing you all along, despite everything you've been doing and the sacrifices you've made when he was sick. Now that his health has improved, he's interested in someone younger and sweeter. No one likes dried up fruit anyway.
This conversation is over.
I'm not done, Evelyn. Evelyn, you haven't paid attention to a word I said, have you? Why are you still with my man?
You again? I told you to leave me alone.
How can I leave you alone when you're destroying my love life with your stubbornness? Your husband doesn't love you anymore. Can't you get that into that empty skull of yours? He loves me now, so do all of us a favor and leave us be.
You seem to be enjoying this, but you need to stop. Did someone put you up to this? Tell me who, because this prank has gone too far.
Prank? LOL. Fine, if you want to keep deluding yourself, suit yourself. Since you want to keep on living with my lover, can you help me get my undies from the wardrobe in the bedroom? I kind of forgot them yesterday. I came over when you were at work.
What? How dare you?
Please, keep them safe for me, okay? I'll collect them the next time I come to see my man.
You're just trying to get into my head, aren't you? But it's not going to work.
I've already gotten into your bed, you old hag. The next thing I'm going to do is kick you out of the house. You have the choice to either walk out of your own volition or run out when I chase you.
Now you're making threats?
I'm sending you screenshots of our chats. Don't you want to see what your dear husband thinks of you and how different he is when he's with me?
My God, this has to be fake.
LOL, you wish. You know very well that it isn't. It is just as real as my stuff in your wardrobe. Now, I have to go, seeing as I need to prepare for my next date with your husband. Don't worry, I'll make it extra special for him.
Peach, the screenshots are fake, right?
Isn't that your husband's phone number? That's all the proof you need. Goodbye.
You are really taking this too far.
Evelyn, please open the door. Can we talk about this?
I have nothing to say to you, Dave. Go away.
We're in the same house. We can't be speaking through chat. Please, come to the bedroom.
No, I can't bear to look at you right now. Do you know how much you've hurt me?
I told you I don't know any Peach. I'm not having an affair, honey, I swear.
You're still lying. What about the panties I found in the wardrobe? I know they're not mine. Are they yours?
I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for that.
Of course, since you are cheating on me. How could you do this to me? I was there for you when everyone else turned their backs on you. I stayed by your side when you were sick. I fed you, cleaned you up, and then you recovered and cheated on me? I'm so heartbroken right now.
I'm sorry that you're hurt, but I swear, I haven't done any of this. I don't even know any Peach.
Okay, let's say you really don't know anything about the underwear. What about the chats? I went through your phone and I saw everything. The exact words Peach showed me in the screenshots. How can you say I'm the one holding you back in life? How am I responsible for your cancer? If you hated me so much, why didn't you ask for a divorce?
My God, I would never say such a thing. Please, honey, come on, let's talk. You were there for me through thick and thin. You've been the one taking care of me since my cancer diagnosis. You stood by me during chemotherapy and when I was declared cancer-free. You and our son Jonas were the only ones by my side. Do you think I'll throw all that away because of some girl I don't even know? Evelyn, please, say something. I beg of you.
I'm sorry, Dave, but the evidence points to the fact that you are having an affair. The only people that come into this house are me, you, and Jonas. Now, Peach has joined the list. I need some space to think.
Some space? What do you mean?
I'll be moving out by the end of the day. I need space to think before I can make any final decision.
Evelyn, I'm sorry. Please don't leave me.
I'll call the hospital to send down a nurse for you. I just need to clear out my head for a while.
Hey, Mom, how are you holding up?
It's really been tough. I can't stop crying.
I can't believe Dad would do something like that to hurt you. He really has no shame.
Don't talk about your father that way. We may be going through a rough patch now, but he's still your father. Treat him with the respect he deserves.
Come on, Mom, stop all of this. He deserves to be called all sorts of horrible names. Do you know the girl still pays him visits to the house? Can you believe it, Mom? After everything, he's still seeing Peach.
My God, are you sure about this?
Of course, I was at the house the other day to see him, and just as I was going in, she was leaving. Mom, Dad doesn't care about you. He'll lie to your face if it suits him. And that's what he's doing to you.
Just stop it. You don't know what you're talking about.
My God, you still believe him? Even after all the evidence?
Well, I have been away from him for 3 weeks and I've had time to think things through. I know how much your father loves me. I also know how he would never do something to hurt me.
But he did hurt you. Why are you so blind, Mom?
I'm sure there is a perfectly good explanation for whatever happened.
Wow, how can you be so gullible? Dad definitely has you wrapped around his tiny little finger, doesn't he?
Be quiet now, Jonas. I'm your mother and you'll talk to me with respect. What is going on between your father and I is for us to sort out. We're going to work through this, I promise. We'll be a happy family once again.
But that's wrong. You need to divorce him. What more do you want? You saw the underwear, the chats. Why won't you just do the right thing?
The right thing?
You're making a mistake, Mom.
I need to go now. Talk to you later. Hey, Peach. Remember me?
The old hag. How can I forget you? Thank you for graciously bowing out and leaving your husband for me. You made the right call. We've been having so much fun together.
Oh, have you?
Of course. I can't begin to tell you just how good your husband is. So, when are you planning to divorce him? We need to get married ASAP. Can't wait until I'm as old as you know.
Things are really going well for you both, right?
Of course. What, do you want pictures?
Nah, you're probably going to send another fake one.
What do you mean?
Peach, if you're so happy with my husband, how come you don't know I've been back home for the past 3 days?
What? That's impossible. You left.
Yeah, but I returned when I realized my husband could never hurt me the way you wanted me to think. You've never even been to my house, have you?
Don't be silly. I've spent many nights there. Do you want me to describe your bedroom?
Give it up, okay? Your game is over.
My game? You crazy old woman. What do you know about games? It was so easy playing you and getting you to leave your husband, lol.
I have nothing else to say to you. I've seen through your lies and you are just pathetic. I'll be handling everything over to the police now.
What? Why would you do that?
You tried to tear my marriage apart. You threatened me. You caused me so much pain. I will be taking you to court.
Fine. If you're going down this route, then you might want to know who put me up to this.
Oh, I am way ahead of you on that. As I said, I already know everything. Hey Jonas, I have good news. Your father and I are back together.
What? Why?
We love each other very much, and we've settled our differences. We're a family again.
Wow, Mom, you've really disappointed me. I thought you'd do better.
Yeah, I knew you would be disappointed. Things didn't work out as you had planned.
What are you talking about?
Please. I'm done being played for a fool. I know that you set your father up and you hired Peach to act as his mistress.
Mom, what are you saying?
You know, I wondered how you knew about the underwear, screenshots, and the chats. I didn't tell you, and when I asked your father, he told me he didn't tell you either. So, how do you know about them? The only reason you know about them is because you planted them yourself.
Mom, that's a very big accusation.
You actually came up with a great plan, but how could you forget that we have CCTV in the house? So, I decided to check, and I saw you go into our house the day Peach and your father supposedly had that chat. You also took his phone while he was sleeping, and you chatted with Peach. As for the underwear, the camera also showed you planting it in the wardrobe. Jonas, you really put a lot of work into getting me to leave your father, and it almost worked. You nearly destroyed our marriage. And for what? For money?
Mom!
I know you've been talking to a lawyer behind my back, asking him about inheritance and stuff. You wanted to get me out of the way so nothing stood between you and our money once your father died.
Well, don't I deserve it? Fine, he's now cancer-free, but isn't he struggling with his kidney? Dad is just a mess and he'll die soon. The only reason he's fighting for his life is because of you. If you could just leave, then he would die.
My God! Jonas! Why would you say such a horrible thing about your dad?
You both are just clowns. You're old and stupid. What do you need the money for anyway? Why do I have to slave away every day at work when there's money sitting comfortably somewhere for me? But it's been held back by an old man who refuses to die.
So you wish for your father's death just because of money?
It's time, Mom. Ever since he got cancer, you know it's only a matter of time before he dies. I thought his cheating would make you leave him, but I was wrong.
OMG! Where did we go wrong with you?
Anyway, since you know the truth, can I have my share of the inheritance? I'm done waiting for the old man to die. How soon can I have it?
Have you no shame? You're asking for the money of the man you want dead?
I'm his son. That is my money as well.
You're getting nothing, not from me or from your father.
You can't keep my money from me.
I can. I'm disowning you. Your father and I will have nothing to do with you ever again.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry, Mom, okay? You can't disown me. I'm nothing without you and Dad. I'll be out in the streets in a matter of seconds if you do.
Goodbye. And the next time you want to talk to me, speak to my lawyer first. We'll be strangers now.
Mom, please don't do this. I'm your son.
Hey, sweetheart, you busy?
For you, never. What is it? Do you need something?
No, I hope I'm not interrupting your work.
Of course not. What's up?
What do you think about a trip to the Maldives? Just you and I. With everything we've been through, we deserve it.
Oh, my love. I'll love it so much. I'm really sorry for everything I put you through.
Stop it. None of that is on you. It's our son who messed up. I'll begin arrangements for the trip, okay?
Okay, honey. I look forward to it. I love you. Dave and I went to the Maldives and we had the time of our lives. It was like a second honeymoon. We cut off communication with Jonas and Peach. We took them to court for emotional damages. They lost, and we gave the money to the homeless. After we cut Jonas off, he became greedy and got involved in illegal activities. He eventually got apprehended, and he is now behind bars. From what I heard, he will be there for about 2 years. Dave's health deteriorated a few months after we returned from the trip, so we are making every moment count. Our love for each other.
Hey, Hall, I've got some seriously amazing news.
Oh, hey, sis. Geez, how time has flown, huh? How have I been, you ask? Not too bad. What about you?
Yeah, whatever. We don't need to go over the small talk. We're sisters. So, do you want to know what I've got to tell you or not?
All right. What is it you've got to say? It's clearly something quite exciting considering you messaged me out of the blue, all happy like and stuff.
You won't believe what I'm about to tell you.
Well, what is it?
I'm going to be a journalist for a fashion magazine. Isn't that amazing? I'm so excited.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Getting a job like that is an incredibly hard thing to do. It looks like your dreams are finally coming true. You've always wanted to do something in the fashion industry, so this must be incredibly exciting for you. How did you get the job?
Well, actually, it's a really funny story. I saw this ad online for the job. It was on one of the fashion magazine websites, but hidden quite well so that only the true fans and people interested in the position will find it and apply for it. You know, someone like me. So I decided to apply for it.
Well, that's great. You know what people say. You'll never get something if you don't go for it with everything you have.
Uh-huh. Aren't I just amazing? Although it wasn't an easy job to apply for. The application form was all complicated and incredibly wordy. And there were a bunch of words that I just didn't understand in there as well. Not to mention that they wanted a bunch of previous work and a huge portfolio and other proof of experience to make sure that whoever they hired was correct for the role. I honestly thought that my mind was going to explode with how much work I had to do to get that application in.
Hang on. But you don't have any experience in writing for a fashion magazine. And you've got no previous work to use at all, let alone a portfolio. How on earth did you even apply to the job?
Oh well, I have my ways.
You mean you lied and cheated and stole someone else's work and passed it off as your own?
You make it sound much less glamorous than when I explain what I did. In fact, you make it sound like I'm some horrible criminal.
Well, if you're stealing someone else's work in order to try and get a job, then yeah, you're not the nicest person around.
What's the big deal? The work passed the check. Shouldn't they just be happy that a high-end fashion magazine liked their work enough to pass it on to the in-person interview stage? It's really a compliment, if anything. They should be grateful that I even bothered to use their work in the first place. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been noticed at all.
But it's not your work. Don't you feel bad about stealing someone else's hard work?
Why should I? If they weren't smart enough to use it themselves, then I think it should be fair game.
How are you planning on doing the job, though? If you don't have the experience of writing for a magazine like that, or working in a very fast-paced industry like that of fashion?
Oh, I'm sure it won't be that hard. I mean, it's just writing my opinion about some clothes. It's really not rocket science.
You sound like you don't really care about the job at all with the way you're talking.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm the most excited about the job. It is work, after all.
So what are you so excited about?
Duh, can't you guess? The clothes, of course. I'll have so many discounts on all of the top brands. Everyone will be jealous of me because I'll look like $1 million.
Oh, okay then.
I don't think you're fully understanding the kind of clothes I'll be able to buy. Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci. It'll all be available to me.
No, yeah, that's great.
Look, just because you would rather dress like a blind 3-year-old in old hand-me-downs and charity rags doesn't mean that the rest of us are wrong for wanting something a bit nicer. We don't all want to look like we don't care about our appearance.
Whoa, what's that supposed to mean? I care about how I look. Just because I don't wear designer brands day in and day out doesn't mean that I'm a slob who doesn't care about her appearance. Also, charity shops can be really good for designer brands. You'd be surprised by what people give away. Old Gucci styles and things like that. They might not be the latest items of clothing, but they're still the same brand, and sometimes the older styles look better than the new ones. They're a bit more classy and have a better fit to them.
Yeah, and Grandma's top is the new couture item of the year. LOL. Face it, you're just not fashion forward. You'd rather wear an old, worn-out pair of jeans with holes in them and an ugly old sweater than a classy, beautiful, and sleek dress or skirt and shirt combo. You're just one of those people who aren't meant to look, well, good.
What? Where is all this coming from? Why are you being so horrible? It's not like I was dissing your new job opportunity. I was just asking how you would be able to do it properly.
No, you were just trying to put me and my new job down. You seriously just can't stand the fact that I'm doing so much better than you in life. And you're jealous that I'm finally doing something with my life, unlike you.
What's that supposed to mean?
What do you think? All you do all day is laze around mom and dad's house, using up their electricity, eating their food, and using their water. I mean, seriously, when are you going to stop being such a worthless, unemployed loser and actually get a job?
I'm not a loser. I've actually been working really hard on something that I think will lead to even better opportunities for me.
Oh yeah? Your little story project? It's a total waste of time. Everyone knows it. You just sit in your room all day, probably sleeping or playing games, and claiming that you're writing and working on a book or something stupid like that. Even if you manage to finish it, no one will want to read it. I bet it's incredibly boring. And you're trying to do this all because what? You feel bad for getting fired? Get over it already. It's about time that you start getting back out into the world and looking for a proper job, not scribbling in some stupid notebook all day. It's not helping anyone and you're not getting money from it. So just quit already and go work in the grocery shop or something. You need to start earning money if you're going to be any use to anyone. I mean, it's really sad that you're wasting your time on something that will never work out for you, unlike me in my new job.
Which you haven't even got yet. You've only got through to the in-person interview. It's not set in stone that you'll be hired or anything like that.
Well, at least I'm doing new things and enjoying my life. So it's not my fault that you're jealous that I'm finally moving up in the world whilst you're stuck doing absolutely nothing with your life.
Uh-huh. You finished with your lecture yet? I've had to listen to this every day for the past however many months. It's getting kind of old.
Hey, I'm just being honest. If you don't like the truth, then maybe you should do something to change it.
Whatever.
Well, I'm just trying to help. Soon enough, mom and dad are going to get sick and tired of you hanging around, and they're going to kick you out of the house. I'm only trying to make sure that you're ready for that when it happens. After all, no one wants to live with a useless, unemployed loser.
And has mom told you that she feels like this? Or dad?
Well, mom's definitely hinted at it. I wouldn't be surprised if she just came straight out and said it soon and told you to get out of the house.
Uh-huh, sure. How about you just worry about how you're going to fake your way through your interview and stop sprouting lies trying to scare me?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Hey, Mom.
Polly, is everything okay? You don't usually text me like this.
Well, not really. Are you planning on kicking me out of the house?
Oh, you heard about that? Did Sasha tell you?
What? It's true?
Well, come on, darling. You're 24. It's about time that you move out and get your own place to live. You can't live with your dad and I forever, can you? I mean, surely you want your own space as well, right? You can't be having fun living with your parents when you're a young adult. You probably want your own space to invite friends and whatnot over, and you can't do that here.
See, you're trying to make it sound like you're doing me a favor, but is Sasha being kicked out of the house as well?
Well, no. But she needs to stay in the house for now. She needs a stable place to live while she gets this job of hers.
Of course she gets to stay. And she's going to have my room?
We're going to turn it into a writing room for her. She'll need a little office to work in.
What? You're seriously kicking me out just so you can make my room into an office for Sasha? Do you not see how wrong that is? I mean, I get that she's your favorite, but that's just ridiculous. I have nowhere to go.
I'm sure you'll figure something out. You're a smart girl, after all. But I do think it best if you leave by the end of the month.
What? But that's so soon.
The sooner the better. It'll give you more confidence. Plus, if Sasha gets this job, she'll need an office to work from straight away. So it needs to be set up and ready for her.
But Mom...
Now, no moping. I'll help you look for a new place later. I've got to go and meet your sister for now and discuss this fashion job of hers. Talk to you later.
So, Mom told me that she spoke to you earlier? About the whole moving out thing, I mean. I told you she'd want you gone soon.
She only wants me gone because of you. I bet this was all your idea, wasn't it?
I might have given them a push in the right direction.
The right direction? They're kicking me out and I have nowhere to go.
You'll figure something out. Besides, as the daughter with the brightest prospects, It's a no-brainer that Mom will want to give me as many chances as possible to make it in my chosen career. So just make sure you've moved out by this weekend, okay? I want my office ready for when I get my new job. And my interview is next week, so that doesn't leave much time for my office to get ready.
Whoa, hold up a second. I don't think so.
What?
Well, this is my home too. You can't just kick me out.
Well, Mom's already done that, so you don't really have much to say about what's happening.
Look, I'm not just moving out onto the streets. I'm going to talk to Mom and sort all of this out.
Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you, though.
Holly, I thought we talked about all this. You need to move out.
Mom, what are you on about?
Sasha told me that you're refusing to move out. We talked about this. You need to move out so that we can make your room into an office.
But Mom, if you kick me out, I will literally have nowhere to go.
Look, I'm sorry, but there's just nothing I can do about that. You just need to find somewhere to go.
But Mom...
No. That's my final answer on the matter. I don't want to talk anymore about it.
Fine. Well, you win, Sasha. I hope it was worth it. My room will be clear and empty by tomorrow.
Glad you finally learned your place. Maybe this way you'll be motivated to get up off your butt and actually do some work.
Actually, just to let you know, all this time that you thought that I've been lazing around, scribbling in my notebook, I've actually created a story. I mean, a proper, full-on book. In fact, earlier today I had a meeting with some high-end executives from some pretty big publishing companies, and they're all jumping to publish my book. Some of them have even said that it might be the new Harry Potter. How amazing is that? They've said that I would get quite a large sum of money up front and then royalties when it starts selling. They say it's going to be the next big seller and will make a lot of money.
What?
Oh, and just a heads up, I know that you used my work for your magazine interview. I'm not stupid. It doesn't take a genius to know that I would be your best bet at getting hired. The only problem is, I've added in little nuggets into all of my work, so they'll know that you didn't write the work.
Wait, what are you on about?
Well, because you used to steal my homework and copy it for yourself during high school, I got into the habit of leaving notes in the paragraphs, which clearly don't belong there. They often end with me saying that I was the original writer and that the work you copied was a copy. If you've used one of my pieces, it'll definitely have my own personal watermark.
Oh my god, I can't believe you've done that. But no, for sure. I won't get the job.
Well, maybe you should have actually tried using some of your own work instead of stealing mine. It's too late for you now, but it's a good lesson to learn for the future.
Seriously, Holly? You're just going to ruin my chances of getting a good job and then run away? Nuh-uh. You owe me some of that money from your book. It's the least I deserve after you've messed up my only chance of getting into fashion.
I haven't messed anything up. You're the one who stole work that didn't belong to you. What were you going to do when it came to writing the actual articles? Get someone else to do it for you? There's no way that would have worked.
I'd have figured something out. I could have faked it until I got the hang of things.
No, I really don't think you could have.
Ugh, just because you've written a book doesn't make you some sort of writing expert. I could have done that just as easily.
If so, then why don't you try writing yourself a book? See how easy it is. Anyway, now that I've actually got quite a bit of money, I can finally buy myself a new place to live. I won't have to put up with you or Mom's favoritism ever again.
Well, at least let me move in with you.
LOL, no way. You can stay at Mom's house. Besides, you finally have my bedroom. Why would you want to leave it behind so suddenly?
Well,
See ya. I quickly moved out of my parents' house and into my very own flat, which I was able to afford thanks to the money I got from my book. It even went on to become the #1 best-selling book of the year. My sister Sasha and my mom and dad weren't as fortunate. Sasha ended up freeloading off of my parents for quite a while until they got fed up and demanded that she either help pay the bills in the house or move out. Because she never finished college or got another writing job, Sasha was forced to get work at a local supermarket, where she made minimum wage. Mom and Dad tried to reach out to me, but after how they treated me, I wasn't too keen in talking to them. Sometimes in life, you just have to cut the toxic people out of it in order to grow. And whilst it can be hard sometimes, especially if those people are family, it's always for the better. To have a good life and good mental health, you need to be surrounded by people who support you no matter what.